Hi, it's Lisa with Lisa Heal Yourself, and today I want to talk about coping with chronic illness, about enduring chronic illness, and why this is not going to help you get out of it, heal yourself, or move on to a life that you truly want. And I'm going to show you today why we do this, why we feel we need to endure and cope with, and what it's actually doing for us. Okay, so those of you who have a chronic condition, whether it be a chronic illness, a chronic disease, a chronic condition like pain or fatigue, a terminal or chronic illness, maybe it's cancer, it's autoimmune, it's multiple sclerosis, it's whatever, okay? And you are living with this condition, you are living with the suffering, you are living with it. And you feel that you need to endure it, to just be a good person and endure what's happening to you with a smile on your face, right? Because that makes us good. That makes us worthy of respect and love from the outside world. It makes us worthy of it gives a meaning to our suffering. If we can do our suffering with a good attitude, with a smile on our face, and just endure it, then we're giving a gift to our loved ones and the rest of the world to show, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you. And that couldn't be further from the truth. And it's something that I got caught in for a long time, right? I used to liken my suffering literally to being a monk who was set on fire. You've heard of those monks, right? A monk who was set on fire. I was sitting crisscross in Buddha position, and I had been doused in gasoline and thrown a match on it, and I was sitting there on fire, and my job as the monk was to sit there in silence with a smile, with a peaceful look on my face, and practice meditating through the suffering, and to show the world that I could endure this, that I could, endure this suffering, endure this pain. Look at me, I'm lit on fire, nobody has to know, right? I'm suffering, and it's all internal. So, do you relate to that? Can you relate to that, right? Can you relate to doing any part of that? Hi. So, the problem with that is the monk in that situation who's sitting there crisscross and been doused with gasoline and burning alive on fire, and he's being peaceful and he's showing, at some point that monk is resentful inside, whether he shows it or not, because look at everything that you're doing. You're suffering, you're enduring, you're coping with this terrible thing for the outside world, for the perception of the outside world, for approval from the outside world, for love, for doing it as if you're a martyr to other people, to allow them to live their life while you have to sit and suffer. At some point that idea becomes so revolting and disgusting to you that you're filled with resentment on how somebody who loves you could let you sit there in that position and burn alive, and you question why you're even doing it, why you're doing it for them when they're not reaching out to help you. And you start to become filled with resentment and anger and jealousy. Why do they get to live their lives and I can't? Why do I have to sit here and pretend that I'm okay when I'm not, right? Coping and enduring this. Why should I have to endure this, right? Cancer patients, God love them. I mean, my mother was one of them. When they're diagnosed and they have this brutal diagnosis, stage 4, nothing we can do kind of diagnosis handed to them, their first inclination is to put on a positive face, a smile, and say, that's okay, I'm going to beat this. I got this, I'm going to endure all the treatments, and I'm going to get through it, and I'm going to do it with a smile to show you and my family, it's like my gift to you. But the funny thing is, when my mom did that, when she gifted me her positive attitude and her smile and her enduring all the terrible treatment she was receiving, I never felt good about that anyway. I never felt positive about it. It was a gift in vain that she was giving with me, because I truly couldn't be happy unless she was happy. I couldn't really truly feel at peace unless she truly felt at peace. And we can sense these things. So when you're enduring your chronic illness, when you're coping with your chronic illness, when you're hiding it and you're pretending and you're putting on a face to the world that you can do this, it's a gift of martyrdom to other people, whether it be your family, your spouse, or the society at large, right? Because we know deep down that people value and people reward suffering. They look at people who have gone through terrible things and come out the other side with a great attitude with honor. They give them the gift of honor and respect and admiration, right? And respect and admiration, and they gift them this almost pedestal to stand on. And that's what we're after when we do this. It's actually a selfish thing that we're enduring so that we might, in the end, be held up as an example to the world that we're a good person, we're valuable, we we deserve our rewards, we deserve our happy life now because we suffered, we endured, we coped, and we did it all with a smile on our face. And it was an example to the world about how to go through a difficult time with basically a fake smile on our face and an attitude of persistence and enduring this suffering without bringing anyone else's attitude down, basically alone. And then we're rewarded at the end with some sort of a medal, a pedestal, and validation from society that we did a good job. But let me ask you a question. Do you really want that validation from society so bad in the end? Because you might not make it. Not everybody makes it through. Not all underdogs get to stand on that pedestal at the end. Do you really want the chance of getting that validation from society so bad, and to stand there and be able to tell your story of suffering, and now, because you're through it on the other side, and now people can relate to it, and now people will listen, and now people will understand what you went through. But nobody wants to hear it when you're in the throes of it, right? You were supposed to endure and cope with it and hide it and just put the smile on your face because that would be too painful to others. So is that really what you want for your life? Is to have to endure it in order that you may get some chance of being accepted and validated and respected by society in the end? Or can you, the monk, realize that you don't need to endure this? That it's not your job to sit there in the burning fire and endure because you were a monk and you took this oath, and you're supposed to be enlightened and you're supposed to be positive and you're supposed to show other people the way around suffering is through. So does that mean that you need to sit there? Or would it be more empowering and more impactful for that monk to stand up and try to find a way out of suffering, not through it, not burn alive, not die for his own cause and his own perception and his own built up identity of who and what he thinks he is? Oh, it's really windy. I'm gonna go on this side. Maybe it'll break a little bit of the sound of the wind. I'm sorry for this. Would it be better for that monk to try to stand up and take action, and you say, you know what, maybe the way through pain is not to just sit here and endure it, but is to take action and try to find a way to stop it. Maybe it's okay for that monk to scream, to cry, to show his pain, to show his vulnerability, to be who he is and stand up and say, you know what, I was wrong. I don't want to endure this. I don't want this to be the symbol of my life that after I'm gone, people can crowd around and learn this lesson from me, because it is untruthful. It is not real. And I'm going to save myself. And by saving myself, I might just save some other people who are in this same position, rather than teaching them to die for the cause, right? So if he stands up and he tries to find a way out of burning, out of the fire, and he rolls, he tries to put it out, tries to help himself, he tries to get out of the situation, he might just save his own life. And in doing so, he might save the lives of another monk who is enduring for the sake of image, for the sake of enduring, for the sake of the rest of the collective, and for that prize at the end to be recognized and held up as a great example of what a good person does. So goodism is one of the traits that is in the TMS teachings and about pain. So if you don't know about that, go look it up. Go look up Dr. John Sarno. But being good, enduring, and coping is not the way to freedom. And it's not the way out of your problem. And you're not going to heal yourself by enduring and coping. Okay? It may be a good practice, but the practice is over. You've endured. You've coped. It's been long enough. You need to now look around, tell the truth about your situation, about how badly it sucks, about this situation. You need to stand up and you need to go in the direction of love and joy and helping yourself and finding all the loopholes and all the ways out of your situation, right? That's where we need to take action to create a new identity, to become healed, to no longer accept enduring this illness, to no longer accept coping with this illness anymore. It's not an option for us. We are going to take action to design our life, to design the life that we truly want, right? A healed life, a life of love, a life of joy. And we need to turn around and stop doing all the things that we're coping with. Not just this illness, not just this pain, not just this suffering, but everything in our life that we cope with, that we endure for the sake of the kids, for the sake of our family, for the sake of others. Everything and everything. Everything and anything. All the little and all the big things that you are currently coping with and enduring. Maybe you're enduring a job you hate so that you can pay the bills. Maybe you're enduring doing all the housework so that you can be a good mom. Maybe you're coping with some situation, staying married to somebody that you don't love, for the children, whatever, big and small. You're coping through, a dinner with friends or family that you dislike, for the sake of your significant other or whatever. I'm just saying there's so many examples. You need to be real with yourself, be true with yourself, come to a truth inside you of what you really want for your life and design your life in that way. And you've got to stop coping. You've got to stop enduring everything. It's time to stand up and say, no more. I am going to lead by example. My children will get more out of this. My spouse will get more out of this. Society will get more out of my example that I didn't cope, that I didn't endure, that I lived my true, authentic self and life, and I followed my joy, my bliss, my love, what was important to me, right? I followed those things in life and I did them regardless of the risks on the other side to be the true person that you want to be. But you've got to give up everything in your life, big and small, that will all add up. It will help you realize that enduring and coping with situations, experiences, people, and God forbid, illnesses, chronic illnesses, suffering, and pain is not the right thing to do. It is not the goodness that it is being touted in the world. It is not the right action, right? It is now the wrong action, and it's not working for you. It is not working for you. It's not, you got to help yourself. Lead by example. Follow who and what you want to be and let go and try to find ways to no longer endure, to no longer cope, to take action, to take your life in your own hands and save yourself, to heal yourself of pain, to heal yourself of fatigue, to heal yourself of cancer, to heal yourself of illness, to heal yourself of diseases, to heal your body and your mind, to integrate back together, to become whole again, and to find peace, true peace, by not pretending to endure something that you don't want to be enduring, but to literally taking steps that you can be proud of to no longer endure. And that's where the peace comes from. Okay, so I hope that this video has been helpful. I hope you understand what I'm saying about how to stop wearing enduring, coping strategies as your badge of honor any longer. It is not a badge. It is a cop-out. It's an excuse. It's a great big excuse wrapped in a huge golden bow that we've learned in society. We've learned to be held up as this honorable, gift, as this honorable badge of honor, right? And it's just something that we tell ourselves, and it's not truth. So you need to start living truth. Stop enduring. Stop coping. Stop allowing it. Stop allowing this to happen in your life. Take your life into your hands. Be who you are. Create your new identity. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.